Welcome to the Royal Road School of Carmelite Prayer. We are wrapping up our study of an article written by a prominent Teresian scholar, Tomas Alvarez, and the article is entitled, Learning to Pray. Today we are focusing on what Father has to say about Teresa's method of training groups of people to pray. Teresa defined clearly the kind of lifestyle the group should have. Your business is prayer. It is your business. It is your language. Whoever speaks to you must learn this language. You will gain in that no one will want to see you except those who understand this language. What is best suited to this path, which we are beginning to discuss, is peace and tranquility of soul. If those who wish to speak with you wish to learn your language, you can tell about the riches that are to be gained by learning it. Dealings and language are seen as expressing a way of life, an indication of the spirit of the group, in a kind of citadel where relationship with God has been made the center and justification of life. Teresa was thinking of the mixture of language spoken in Castile in her day. The whole thrust of a community life oriented towards the road of prayer is to create within the group a spirit and channels of communication that would facilitate the vertical movement of fellowship with God in such a way as to be a normal extension of fellowship amongst themselves, hence one language to speak to both God and man. The kind of life that Teresa planned for her monasteries makes sense only in this context. There were a few indispensable elements, such as enclosure, separation, real poverty, but even these had to have a spiritual function. They were preparatory, creating adequate space for prayer, a space suitable for turning the group into a school of prayer, and a community of praying people. They had solitude and privacy. Enclosure and individual cells saw to that, and the rule imposed silence. But these things were relative. The solitude was to foster community as well as meeting God on one's own. Silence intensified their language, the words they spoke to God individually and together. So in the group, apprenticeship to a life of prayer did not begin with the reciting of prayer. It began with speaking and listening in a fraternal environment. A synthesis of St. Teresa's twofold method of prayer at both the individual and community level might be sought from the symbol of the castle, which she used in both the interior castle and the way of perfection. The interior castle opens with an invitation to the reader to enter the castle of his own soul, the synthesis of recollection. The way of perfection also opens with an invitation to a group of readers. Teresa's first praying community to enter the little castle of their Carmelite monastery, a miniature of Christ's kingdom, the church, and there to live the Christian life as intensely as possible in the presence of God and of the church. Amen. So I hope that you have enjoyed this little study of Tomas Alvarez's explanation to us of learning to pray according to the Teresa of Avila method. May you and yours be blessed. Amen.